Okay, now that's going. And now I have to hit play on this thing. Alright, see, I'm such a rookie at this stuff. Okay, well, it sounds good again.
Test, test, 1, 2.
Test, sounds good. Alright, Pete, now we're recording.
Let me grab this water really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, good. So, I'm here with Pete Garbowski. I'm going to do that again.
I like Garbowski.
Now, you tell me,
Irish.
how do you say it?
Garbowski.
Garbowski, all right. I'm here today with Pete Garbowski from BULK Beef Jerky. Pete, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks, Don.
Hey, Pete, I want you to please tell the audience what BULK Beef Jerky is all about.
I'm going to let you guess, but it sells beef jerky in bulk.
It's about beef jerky.
It's about beef jerky.
That's a
it,
risk. All right, and how did BULK Beef Jerky get started?
04 pitched a beef jerky company a website program on how they can drive sales through the web. They told me no. And after having all the numbers, I said I'm going to do it myself.
So, Pete, what were you doing at that time?
I started a digital marketing agency with a partner in Detroit, which is still there.
Right.
And
Detroit or the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, both. The agency and Detroit's still there. They're still there.
Okay.
But no, that's how it started. You know, I pitched a company. They told me no, and I was just like, this makes sense. So I ended up building it in-house, and the first year I think we did $7,000, something like that.
That's neat. That's great. So that was kind of a side hustle job that you had to your regular job, which was running a digital marketing agency.
Yes.
Okay. And so how long did you do those two things in tandem?
The agency, I can't remember, probably like 6 months to a year together, and then eventually I sold the agency off to the partner and went and did other things, and then I just kept beef jerky with me as my side hustle. So
and that lasted until when then? When did it become a main hustle, not a side hustle?
Main hustle 2016. So 2016 is when it became like, hey, this is the enterprise here.
So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years ago you were doing, and in 2016, so you did $7,000 the first year. And then you, in 16, what were you doing then in sales?
330,000.
330. So 7,000 to 330. And how did you grow from 700 to 330,000?
Organically.
Just through people doing Google searches and finding you?
That's it.
And it was all beef jerky on the web.
All beef jerky on the internet.
So Pete, I asked you this obvious question: how does one sell beef on the internet?
You know, good question. The easiest way to explain it is trust. So eventually I got a bunch of people to trust me, and they trusted the product.
Okay. So they trusted you. How did they trust you?
You know, putting out content, sending them emails, picking up the phone call. You know, just basic things of just talking to somebody and letting you know. I mean, I still get phone calls to this day that ask, "Are you guys real? Are you
Really?
guys real?" Oh yeah.
Really? So just building your brand and trusting your brand reputation.
Yeah.
And a good quality product, I imagine, also.
Google helped a lot. Well, it was Google. So Google's SEO and just being showing up for different searches made it happen.
Now, how much of your experience or background working in digital marketing helped you with this adventure? I would imagine quite a bit, wasn't it?
All of it.
All of it?
All of it.
Yeah, because it's a digital marketing entity, isn't it? But you happen to be selling beef jerky.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting. So take us back then from the beginning days then, and here you are, this is your main hustle, and you got to get this thing going. Talk us about those early days. What did you do to get to the next level, or what was the next step?
You know, when I first started, I had a few SKUs, and that's what sold. And I eventually added more SKUs and kind of rotated through different SKUs. And at one time, I think in my spare bedroom, I had, all sorts of boxes of beef jerky, and I would ship out a few myself once in a while here. And I had a helper that would help ship different things. And eventually it transitioned into using a 3PL. I think,
tell us what a 3PL is.
That means a third-party logistics provider.
Ah, okay.
So basically a warehouse that does all the warehousing and shipping for you.
Okay. So you were concentrating on sales and marketing, getting orders in. Someone else concentrating on getting them out the door.
Yes.
That kind of thing. And then what was the next stage in your business then? And that was 3 years ago that was happening?
Yep. So 3 years. That's where I was using Amazon. So I was selling on Amazon, Amazon Prime, and using Amazon for everything. And then one day I was reviewing all my bills, and I realized that, man, this is not cheap.
Yes.
So based off of the analysis, I think I was spending like $12,000 a month in 3PL.
Wow.
So at that time, I just said, hey, I'm going to open a warehouse because I can do this better myself. I constantly came into the issues of Amazon, they think they're all great, but I had people contact me that said, someone opened my bag of beef jerky and ate it. And they sent me a bag that was half opened. I'm like, well, that sucks.
You had to deal with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was the decision. That was the right decision to say, hey, I'm going to bring it in house. I'm going to control my destiny, and I'm going to, reduce my costs in the meantime.
So that's when you leased the place in San Pedro?
Yep. So I picked up a warehouse in San Pedro and warehouse in the back. We decided to leave a little front piece for the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I say we now because there's more than me, but back then it was me.
Now is this 2.5 years ago then, or is this 2 years ago? When was San Pedro?
2016. Yeah. So
2016.
this is year 3 of San Pedro.
Okay,
so.
great, good, fantastic. So, and it's a great store, by the way. I've been in there. So I love your retail store. I love the way you've outfitted it. It's just, it does what it does. And the back is the warehouse.
That's it.
So you open the store up. Tell us about the first time, and it was only you. Were there any employees at that time?
No employees. It was all me, and then if a friend came and helped me or whoever was around.
So tell us about your first hire. Who was that? How did that work out?
Chris David Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm gonna sing.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, there you go. We call him Miller. He literally walked in the day after I opened and was like, "Hey, you hiring?" I'm like, "No, but you can do sales on commission." He's like, "Okay." So he came back the next day, and then I kind of taught him those sales thing of, hey, who do you know? Let's contact everyone you know. He seems to know everybody.
Yep.
Started bringing people into the store, and I would
Great.
pay him a commission on whoever he got into the store.
Nice.
And then it evolved into a full-time gig for him, and now he runs all the shipping. So
Miller started off in the front of the store, and now he's in the back of the store doing all the shipping, and the front of the store, I imagine too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So he does both. So he's a keeper.
Good. So then, Pete, what was your game plan then? So you have this store, you have this retail store, you got Miller in the front selling beef jerky, you're selling it online, sales seem to be growing. What went on in your head about the next level? I mean, what did you think where did you want to take the company?
I wanted to grow, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, in the back of my mind, it was just, hey, I just need to diversify. So, if something goes bad in any of these categories, I've got revenue coming in from other places. And it wasn't necessarily like, hey, I need to do 100,000 in Amazon, or I need to do 200,000 at the store. It was just, let's get these fishes in the water.
So what fishes are you talking about? What do you mean by diversity?
The diversity. So you have different revenue streams, right? So you have somebody that buys online, you have somebody that maybe buys on Amazon, you have somebody that buys on eBay, you may have 4 convenience stores that carry your product.
Okay.
So there's just multiple people that have multiple places.
Got it. And now, did you do anything besides internet sales, or did you grow into direct sales, or into consumers, or how did you?
So then it was all primarily direct,
Mm-hmm.
all on the internet and all in the store. And from there, it's grown.
Okay. So the name bulk beef jerky implies that I need to buy like a bushel full of beef and have it here in my freezer for 6 years until I go through it all. Tell me what is this? What is a typical order size that you can buy?
You can buy from a traditional little 3-ounce, 2-ounce, 3-ounce bag.
Okay.
And you can get up to 10 pounds, if not more.
So the little bag you get into the convenience store, I can buy that size. It's not just bulk beef jerky then. It's consumable, ready to eat.
Correct. And
All right.
bulk, it really stands for building up lives with kindness.
Building up lives with kindness.
That's right.
How did you come up with that?
One of the guys I worked with in the past, he suggested that we, put an acronym together to kind of diversify what bulk means.
Yeah.
And also trying to protect bulk in general. When you go to the patent office and say, hey, or trademark office, I would like to trademark this, it's a generic term.
Yeah.
But if you create an acronym around it, now you have something that you can protect. And that was how it all spurred into one. It also, matches our company values, where it's all about being kind to other people.
So tell us about that. I mean, how does that manifest itself day to day? What does being kind to everybody look like in your organization?
I can have the most upset customer call me. He's not gonna, it may be his fault, her fault, it doesn't even matter. It's just treating them with respect and letting them know, like, hey, I'm here to help you.
Right.
I'm not gonna beat you up because you did something and it's your fault, and we may know that, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just being respectful and being kind to others.
And catching others in doing good deeds too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we do, once in a while, we do our promos where we send out on a Friday, hey, do this. Call someone you haven't called in 5 years.
Nice.
Call your mom. Send her
Nice.
flowers.
Good.
There's all sorts of different things. Log onto the site, and as we pull out different fun things to do, we'll let you know.
Well, I remember a few months ago, Pete, when we were driving, you and I were in the car together, and you saw someone helping an old lady across the street, literally. And you said, Don, stop the car, I got to film this. And we tried to get a picture of this guy helping somebody who needed trouble like that.
Well, that's the truth. The world needs more of that.
Yes, it sure does. Good for you. So tell us a little bit more about your sales today, or from 3 years ago to today. I know it's been quite a journey for you, Pete. Tell us about that journey. Tell us about some of the challenges that you've faced and how you've overcome them.
Ooh, challenges. You know, with a business, there's always challenges, and it's the one takeaway is how you take them. You know, on the chin, do you get back up after it kind of beats you up, or what do you do next?
Yep.
I don't know. Give me something.
Pick one.
Pick one, right?
Well, let's talk about the growth. So you started off in San Pedro, and then you've opened some other stores, and then you got into the distribution chain, or you grew not at a traditional level, but you grew by going upstream. Tell us more about what you did there.
So originally it was always direct to consumer online. Then the store opened. Then we had another opportunity with another store in Long Beach. So we opened another store in Long Beach. And then we also have, you know, been fielding all the wholesale requests. So the wholesale channel started to grow.
Okay.
And as of recently, we have a main distributor core mark for the Los Angeles area. Orders are shipping there. We'll be in, you know, starting stores of 100. Hopefully we'll be in a few thousand by the end of the year.
Fantastic.
And you know, that's one channel. The other store channel, so we also opened a Venice Beach location, and you know, more direct-to-consumer stuff going on there. People come to the store, they try their jerky, they experience the brand, and then they have the opportunity to buy it online.
Great.
So it all feeds into the online system where I get them in the store. Guess what? How often do you go to Venice Beach? Once a year, maybe once every 5 years as a vacation. But if you try the brand, you can always get it online.
And do you want to talk about what the new adventure we were just talking about out there, or wait on that one?
You know, we'll talk about it.
Can you talk about that? It's a done deal?
It's done. It's signed. So,
okay, so
we are the exclusive supplier of beef jerky to the Staples Center, and the sponsors of the NHL Los Angeles Kings for the 2019-2020 season.
That is fantastic. Congratulations on that. That's great news.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's really
huge. It's huge. It's great for the brand. You know, the Staples Center will do 4.5 to 6 million people a year, and we're branded at all the concession stands.
Fantastic.
So, but instead of a hot dog, you can get a bag of jerky.
Man, here you are doing $7,000 a year to whatever you're going to be doing next year. It's fantastic, great growth in a short period of time. Internet, and then your hard work of getting some of these connections going with Staples Centers, Core, and the others out there. That's great. Tell us about. I know you wanted to control your own product. So tell us what you did was a year ago? A year ago, right?
Yeah, actually last September we ended up buying a manufacturing plant down in Texas, outside Austin.
So what does a manufacturing plant in beef jerky mean?
That means when I want to create a recipe, I can go create a recipe, and then tomorrow I can put it into production.
So you buy a cow, and you bring him into your processing plant, chopped up, and you make him into beef jerky.
That's it.
Okay, maybe I don't want to say it that way, but you probably have a better way of putting it than I did.
We smoke all the meat right there.
Okay.
So you're not going through a co-packer. So if you look at the jerky market in general, it is, hey, I'm a brand, I want to sell beef jerky. I contact ABC company, they're going to make it for me, put my label on it, and guess what? That label, with the other 40 guys that have that same label, it's the same flavor.
Same flavor. So you control your own flavor, your own brand in that way.
Exactly.
So what happens in Texas? I mean, I was kind of being kidding, but does meat come in the back door and ready to be uncooked meat, right?
Yep.
And you cook it and you put it in kettles. Describe that. Give us a visual of what that looks like.
So we buy briskets and we buy rounds, front of the cow, back of the cow, ready to go meat in terms of its cut for us. And then we put it into our slicers, we slice it up, we marinate it, we let it sit, then we smoke it, package it, ship it.
Great. And how many kettles do you have going back there?
Right now there's 3 smokers going, 2 truck smokers.
Wow.
And if you know anything about smokers, these are the big ones that, you know, the full cart racks go in there so they can handle 500 pounds each.
Wow.
And smoking time, depending on product, is usually about 4 hours. And then there are 4 more to go.
That's great. So you've grown out this, so you've moved from just doing marketing, digital marketing and advertising and getting the sales going, but now you're controlling your own product and building the product and making it, cooking it to your specifications, and no one else has those recipes that you're selling then, right?
Correct.
It's only BULK Beef Jerky. It's only your stuff then.
That's it.
That's fantastic. And where's the future going with BULK? Where do you see the next venture in this operation going?
You know, it's bigger than beef.
It's bigger than beef. What does that mean?
It's bigger than beef. Well, I mean, if you're going to buy something in bulk, where do you go?
You go to beef. Where do you go?
Well, I mean, just saying. If I asked you, John, if you needed to buy, 100 pounds of beef, where would you go?
I don't know. I have no idea where I would go.
That's right. So
Here you are.
Here I am.
You're the answer.
I'm the answer. I'm
Okay.
going to be the bulk protein supplier to the world.
So bigger than beef, then.
Bigger than beef.
Fantastic. So what can we expect from Pete in the next 1 to 2 years?
Well, look for us in the Staples Center. Look for us in all the local Los Angeles convenience stores, gas stations. And outside of that, we will slowly grow our stores as needed in the right areas. And you're going to see more of us on the web.
And it'll be under the brand of BULK Beef
Bulk.
Jerky. And it's black packaging.
Black packaging.
Okay.
And it's all about the bicep.
With the bicep. That's right.
So
Good.
that's trademark too. So
Good. So Pete, if anyone wanted to get a hold of you who's listening to this podcast, how would they do that?
drop me an email, pete@bulkbeefjerky.com.
BULK beefjerky.com.
That's it.
Good. And anything else you'd like to talk about or tell either your audience of people who buy your product or your audience of potential employees? Anything that you'd like to, or for that matter, other business owners that are out there listening about how to grow a successful online company?
You know, the rule of thumb for the business guys is you got to stick to it. You're always going to have challenges. Just keep doing it. And sure, some days you're going to wake up and go, why am I doing this? And then take a nap and come back to it. It'll be all right. Just keep going. Keep going.
Good advice.
And for the customers out there, you got to try our product. You know, there's a reason there are thousands of reviews and people give it 4 or 5 stars.
That's great.
Because it is good. It is seriously some of the best stuff you're going to get out there, and you have the most variety of any jerky places out there.
That's
And
fantastic.
on top of that, we make it ourselves.
That's right. Made in America.
Made in the USA, none of this overseas China crap.
Yeah. All made right here.
That's right.
That's great. Good. Well, Pete, congratulations. Thanks so much for being on the show. And I really look forward to hearing more about your success in the future.
Thank you, Don. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thanks, Pete. That was good. That was only 16 minutes. That's
It seemed way shorter.
It did seem short.